Okay, so let's say CBC cared about me that is still suffering, uh, and didn't just want to tell Jennifer Brady's story who's now doing better, and I'm glad she is, and it's a good story, and I'm happy I heard it, and I respect her, and I sympathize with her, and is her PhD? She's a professor of advocacy. Very interesting. I'd like to get in touch with her. Will I now be able to get in touch with her? Will she respond to me? I'll try it. You know what? I'll try it. But CBC, I'm suffering right now. And let's say you helped me get the government to finally respond to all of my attempts, including filming videos of not just me talking to you, but me talking to the government and emailing it to them and them not caring, right? And you not caring enough at this time, anyways. The government says, "Oh, Martin, what would give you a joy of life again to not want to do assisted suicide?" And I said it in videos before. I've gotten great joy in working with children, especially 3 to 5 year olds, but it doesn't have to be. And if you look at my work, there's nothing bad about my work. It's all good. It's all appreciated, especially like let's say by the parents when I was a summer day camp supervisor, who was abused by my staff that I didn't choose, but the Comox Valley Family Resource Center, whatever, did a military mutiny and just really insisted on keeping these staff that for me were just rebellious young ladies that were just, the politics of just dealing with them was horrible. The parents appreciated me, and I was underpaid, but they were getting, a wage subsidy for these two staff, and they didn't want to budge, right? Just balancing the budget. It wasn't about the youth. And other things like, what's it called, the Comox Valley Early Learning Center, whatever, get great letters of reference from my supervisors who aren't as good as me and who want me to go do the course at North Island College, ECE, and then I'm told by the teacher there that, and other students that they think sometimes I'm the instructor, and it's that she's so grateful I'm there, the instructor, right, stimulating the class, that she's getting criticized, gets too much homework, which is the same she's given for 20 years. So that means her students are going to get dumber based on the faculty. And of course I quit that, and of course I'm not paying student aids for being abused in these ways when I should be already training people to work with kids by just watching me. And that's my point here. So if the government asks, Martin, what do you let me foster some kid, let me work with kids, and it doesn't have to be full-time, and find me a place in BC in case there's governing in BC, because you can find a place where there's housing and there's a need for some kids, maybe even brother, sister, where they have maybe challenges and my skill sets would be beneficial, and I foster them as maybe part-time I work with 3 to 5 year olds and maybe manage or train or whatever, right? And that would bring me great joy and give me a reason to live. Now, what's going to be weird is CBC and the government will think they're doing me a favor when really me getting into these roles is doing them a favor. And that's what's wrong with avoiding conversations about the human condition and our broken systems. Because I've already sent messages. Hey, is there subsidized housing here? Hey, how come you desperately need somebody with my skill sets and you're impressed with my resume, but there's no housing in the north of Canada there? So you hire somebody local that's not as good as me. Like, how are you learner-centered or child-centered? And how dare you celebrate, that every child matters? So walking the talk is important, people.